News with local depth and local perspective. Our focus report on solar energy, not from your roof, but from a farm. Then from the NSA to the private sector, what internet companies are taking from government spy programs. And Tom Menino, out of the public spotlight, sits down for a wide-ranging interview with Emily Rooney. From the WGBH News studios, this is Greater Boston.
Hello, welcome to Greater Boston on TV and streaming online and on mobile. I'm Emily Rooney. In theory, it makes perfect sense. Harness the power of the sun, reduce your carbon footprint and your energy bill. But in practice, installing solar panels can set you back as much as $20,000, and then you're forced to look at the things. But even if you can get past all that, there are other considerations. Last night, we looked at obstacles to tapping into solar energy in dense historic neighborhoods around Boston. Tonight, we're getting out of the city to see how solar panels fit in with the manicured lawns and tree-lined streets of the suburbs. WGBH News reporter Ann Mostu has this focus report.
The historic house Richard and Rose Mallon own in Melrose has been in his family for 50 years. When they heard their south-facing roof was a good candidate for solar panels, they were still concerned about how it would look.
And I didn't think he would even think about going for it because, you know, the house means a lot to him.
It turns out the house was tall enough that the panels would be barely visible. But they didn't know much about installing and maintaining panels or calculating tax credits. So they opted for a 20-year lease from a local solar company.
Like anything, it was always a trade-off between convenience versus cost. And in this particular case and at this particular point in our lives, we just decided to go with the convenience of the lease.
The lease cost a one-time fee of $15,000. That may sound high, but so were their electricity bills.
Our bills were very consistent. They averaged about $3,600 a year, $300 a month. Our first year on solar, our total bills were $575.
At those rates, the Mallons' investment will pay off in 5 years, and then they'll enjoy another decade of low electricity bills. While the Mallons turned out to be ideal candidates for solar, there's a new option for those who are not. Tell me where we are right now and what we're looking at.
And we're in the middle of the Harvard Solar Garden, which is a collective, community-owned solar project, which is run like a cooperative, where the subscribers are shareholders.
Stephen Strong runs this solar garden in Harvard, Mass., the first of its kind in the state. Working with the local utility, the garden feeds electricity back onto the power grid, and shareholders receive credits on their utility bill. They can own up to 15 kilowatts, enough to power an entire home. But the actual credit depends on Mother Nature.
We can't guarantee because of the varying weather patterns, but it's sort of like a CSA for a community garden. You get what the vegetables grow and what's produced during the season.
That season starts in 2 weeks when the solar garden goes online. So far, 60 people have subscribed from all over central and western Mass. They're hoping for a bountiful, sunny harvest. Ann Mostu, WGBH News.